Hi everyone, welcome to the Movie Section Show. My name is Fariba, and earlier today we actually got a new trailer for the upcoming series, The Last of Us Season 2. Wow, I can't believe we're finally coming to this point. I feel like we just saw the first trailer a couple of months ago, or at least before the new year. So it's been a while. But also it's been a while since we've actually had anything Last of Us. It's been about 2 years because they took a while to film it. They finished it I think probably midway through last year, which makes sense. And then now here we are after a 2-year wait. We're finally getting season 2. Now, of course, I'm not too familiar with what happened in season 2 because I never played the game. But having seen the series, I mean, it's absolutely remarkably one of the best shows out there coming out of HBO. It's emotional, it's tragic. I anticipate that that's going to be the same case going into season 2, especially with what happened at the end of season 1, especially with what Joel did at the Firefly, it was the Firefly facility or something like that, hideout, headquarters, something like that. It looks as though that, I don't know if there's a time jump or something like that, but we do have a new trailer. I am very stoked to see it. I believe it dropped at South by Southwest. They're having a whole kind of festival going on over there, and I believe they're premiering at least an episode or so, or doing some kind of panel with Last of Us, which would explain why we got a new trailer. So yeah, I mean, without further ado, let's get right down into watching the new trailer for Last of Us Season 2.
You okay?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is where we live. What's that?
The fence.
What's inside?
People.
What's outside?
Okay, I'm worried about Abby.
Monsters.
Okay.
By the time the sun comes up tomorrow, there's a very good chance you'll be dead.
You're gonna lose.
Don't you know what he did? You swore.
Oh my god. So that was the new trailer for The Last of Us Season 2, and oh my god, that gave me a lot of goosebumps. Oh my god. Wow, they honestly set the right tone for this one. I can't even remember what the first one was like. I know they were dropping a lot of teasers earlier in the year, and then they actually dropped a trailer. But I can't remember how I felt about the first trailer. It's been a while. This is what happens when you're trying your best to catch up with stuff. But honestly, watching this one, I honestly was having a lot of chills. I could literally feel just my just the goosebumps tingling, just listening to music, seeing what's going on. It sounds as though that the truth is going to unfortunately unveil itself, especially with what happened at the end of season 1. Yeah, I mean, this looks absolutely phenomenal. I mean, the visuals look spectacular. It does seem as though that it's going to be, well, I think there's something going on at Jackson, because that's where they are, right? They're back at Jackson with Tommy, and that means that they've been staying there. It looks as though that it's been a couple years. I think the boy that Tommy's with, that Joel's with, I'm assuming that's Tommy's son. So I'm going to also assume that there's been a time jump at this point. I think that's, if I recall, because although I've never played part 2 or ever watched any gameplays for part 2, I am aware that she does age up a little bit in the game. Like, I know there's like a couple of years in between the first game and the second game, so I know there's a little bit of a time jump. So I'm going to assume that's Tommy's son, because I remember in season 1, Tommy's wife was pregnant. So yeah, so I guess they've been in Jackson for a while, and it does seem as though that at some point what happened at the Firefly headquarters is going to come out, and it looks so that she just encounters another Firefly member, I guess. Maybe, I can't remember what that, like, oh man, what was her name? Oh man, I gotta rewatch Last of Us. It's been a while, but because I remember Tess, but Tess died. But who was the leader? Like, the leader of the Fireflies, I'm assuming that she's related to her, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna assume that's the case. But we do see Dina, we do see Abby. It does seem so that Abby, I'm a little bit worried about Abby. I know there's kind of like this revenge tale that's associated with her character. So maybe that's where the story is going. But yeah, I honestly have no idea what's going to happen. I mean, I know one thing that does happen with Joel, unfortunately, because internet likes to spoil stuff and you just can't avoid stuff. But aside from that, I don't know what's going to happen aside from any of that. I believe we're going to have another kind of episode, like the long goodbye or something like that, or long time. It was called long time or something like that. And so we're gonna have another kind of episode like that, and I believe it's on Eugene. So I'm very excited to see that. I can't wait to see what they have to whip with that. But honestly, it looks really exciting. I think they really set the right tone for this trailer. Like, you can get the gist of how chilling and thrilling it is in the moment, considering the fact that, again, they're still dealing with the infected. You can see how, you know, even the Jackson community is at a threat, and that's considering the fact that they've done so much to try and involve their community for so long, and we saw a glimpse of that, of course, in season 1, and how, you know, it just seemed like a very peaceful community. So it's just like, just to have that interruption coming from the cordyceps and then them having to find the community, it's like, wow, it does make you a little concerned about what's going to happen with Tommy and Joel and Ellie and everyone else, right? So I'm very curious to see what's going to happen. It does seem so it's going to be just as tragic, just as heartbreaking as season 1. But can we also say that because it's coming out in April, what a time to be alive. I know we have Daredevil Born Again right now playing, and that's going to actually continue up until the end of April, I believe. Then we have The Last of Us, I believe. That's April 13th. And then I think a week or so after, we have Andor Season 2. Wow, what a time. This is quite one of the most gold times to be alive, because holy crap, you're having so many incredible stuff. Not just coming from one streaming service, but from multiple streaming services. I know right now Severance is playing. So yeah, I'm very excited to see Last of Us. That trailer looked really promising. I just could not, you know, I was just having, it's just like, I'm kind of like, it's hard to describe anything just because it's such a chilling experience just to watch from the trailers. But I'm very excited to see what's going to happen. Again, I'm coming as someone who's never played the games, so I'm going in nearly clean slate, aside from a couple details that I am kind of aware of, unfortunately, and that's unfortunately out of my hands. But I look forward to seeing what they're going to do. I imagine there's going to still be some changes from the games regardless, or they're going to expand a lot of stuff from the games. And on top of that, because there's going to be a season 3, like I'm going to assume that they're going to stop at some point of what would have been part of part 2 of the game. So, but yeah, that's all I have to say about the Last of Us season 2 trailer that we just got. It's incredible. It really sets the tone. It's really chilling. It's really thrilling. It's really suspenseful. I'm honestly just, I don't know how I'm going to prepare myself for it. Last one, it's been 2 years, but I do need to do a rewatch. So let me know your thoughts now, having seen the new trailer for The Last of Us Season 2. What are your thoughts for those who have played the game? Like, I want to hear your input. Like, what do you think about the new footage that we've seen, especially with stuff with Dina and Abby, and what we see at the very end between Joel and Ellie? what are your thoughts about that? What do you think about the fact that we have some of these visuals, especially this one situation, what looks to be kind of this battle between the infected and Jackson? The fact that the truth is going to come out at some point. Again, I'm kind of aware of what happened, so I don't know if I'll be prepared for myself with that. What are your thoughts about just what they're going to expand? Like, as again, we know this is going to not just be a season 2, there's going to be season 3, so there's going to be a continuation of the series. As to what's going to happen beyond season 3, we don't really know yet, but what are your thoughts now, having seen the first footage, as well as just what is your anticipation going into season 2 now that we're finally getting closer and closer to season 2? Like, I mean, I still remember 2 years ago, we were all still very upset that we were not going to get season 2 right away. Like, we would have to wait like almost 2 years, and now here we are. we're finally getting close to the countdown for it. So yeah, let me know your thoughts below, and make sure to like and subscribe.